So I tried to do a rewriting songs on, you know, the one that used to be Cast Aside, and then I rewrote it as Schizo Society. But dude, I can't seem to. I don't know. My concentration isn't really the best right now. So, and that song's a really, it really pushes me because the guitar solo I wrote for it, which is actually awesome when I nail it, just, but you know, if I can't, if I'm not like in a flow state, I can't play it. So I'm gonna do a different one instead. And I can't decide if I feel hot or cold, so I changed my clothes. But anyway, it is the same day though, as you can tell, because I'm still kind of dopey. Anyhow, I haven't been sleeping so good. Comes and goes, whatever. It's just it's just one of those things. Um, oh, still on the metal there, huh? Well, I guess I could. No, 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 no. Let's do Spanish Girl because that was the one that I'm really proud of. That honestly, some of my favorite songs are like Angel Face. I love that one, and then some of the classical music that I wrote. But I don't have a cello now, so I can't play those. And some of my flute stuff, but I don't have a flute anymore, so I can't play those. So we're sitting on the guitar still, and I'm gonna do Spanish Girl because it's great. And maybe if I feel pepped up later, and I don't want to consume large quantities of caffeine today like I do sometimes. So I'm just gonna be like this right now. Um, I might do the rewrite of Come On Come All later, which is now Get Real or Get Lost. Yeah, I'll explain that later. But let's do Spanish Girl. So we definitely want to be on the neck pickup, and we definitely want to turn off the. There's no need for all that distortion. That might be too much. We'll try it right there. All right, so in on the original Spanish Girl, I remembered. Here's the thing, you know, I sent that off to places like ABC Studios or wherever, seeing if they would want to do a choreography to it, which would have been stellar, like duh, but they didn't. So it would have changed my life too. But anyway, I never had anyone to do that with because it's not like I was in a Latin band or something. So I just kind of sat on it for a long time, and people even criticized me for it. They were like, "Oh, you're married, but you're singing about wanting a Spanish girl." I'm like, dude, I'm not even writing it from my perspective. It's just a guy that goes to a dance and he sees like, people are retarded, man. Anyway, I'm sorry, that's not a popular word right now. But look, actually, mentally delayed people have an excuse. Well, what's the normal people's excuse, right? Anyway, so yeah, people criticize me a lot for just like nitpick little things. I was like, whatever, it's screw you people. And I just kind of sat on it for a while, but like, I love that song. I think it's great. So I rewrote it recently for the concert that I did with, well, not concert, but the performance I did with Oliver at the Lutheran Church in Cary. So I was like, I want to rewrite it. And the funny thing is, since I've been trying to, get a date out here in Wake County, North Carolina. I can't. The Mexican girls always run away from me. They don't like me, I guess. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna write my song Spanish Girl. Then I'm gonna change the name of it because they treat me like shit. They won't dance with me. I asked a bunch of people to take dance lessons with me. They don't want it. So I changed it to just Dancing Girl. Now I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be for the Spanish chicks if they're gonna treat me like that, right? So look, it is what it is, I ask you to dance, you don't want to dance, then I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna rewrite the song. So I remember that there was an introduction that had like, kind of like fast notes and sort of raunchy chords. Don't remember what they are at all. So I just had to rewrite the whole introduction, the entire thing. And I thought it would be fun to have some, little things in there too, some notes to make it a little more flavorful. So this is what we have now for the intro. That was not right. That was right. Okay. And yes, it should be, like that, like don't hit it hard, but anyway, so. Sorry. There we go. So that is the intro, and it's fun. It's really fun. And then we get into the song, and I did change these lyrics just a little bit too. So that it wouldn't be like, I mean, it's my song, so I can rewrite it if I want to, I own the publishing rights. I never gave it away, even though people ripped me off and never paid me anything. But, so it's, you probably can't hear me. I'm gonna turn it down. Yeah, so. This lyric will be the same, except I basically I simplified it, so I took out some of I just wanted it to be the same verse, twice, because like people like to be able to sing along to something. They don't want to memorize a bunch of lyrics. So anyway. Part I actually don't remember what the chords are, so that kind of left me in a pickle. I was like, I remember the words but not the chords, and I actually couldn't even figure them out, so I just did a different thing. It goes as follows, and I think it's kind of fun. It's for acoustic guitar, by the way, which I don't have. So some of the low notes are not really coming out very well, but it is what it is. Anyway, so the lyrics, right? So dancing girl, so graceful girl, so faithful girl, so tender girl, always remember me in the rapture we had, until the moment when the center is I changed this a little bit because the whole point is for people to dance to it. It's supposed to be choreographed and all that. So I went ahead and added more time, did this more times. So it'll be 4 total, and then the 4th time will transition into the solo. So that'll be the different thing. So, and then the solo is similar. It's almost the same. I remembered how it sounded. I just had to figure out how to play it. But I added in 2 more measures, I think. I remember when I was recording it, I realized that I would have to slice out a little piece so that it would line up exactly the number of times that I had recorded the the rhythm guitar, and I was like, I don't want to re-record the rhythm guitar, so I actually changed the solo at the last minute when I recorded it because I didn't want to read it anyway. That was lame. But this is how many times it plays. Anyway, it is one of those. It's just one of those things. Oops, sorry. That again, but then there'll be an extra verse. So the 2 main verses that repeat, they're the same. That way people can sing along, they can dance, yada yada. Easy to choreograph. There is a few extra words at the end though, since the whole song was inspired because I was watching Dancing with the Stars anyway. Is da 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 da. Now we dance to the waltz and we flow, we move. We dance to the waltz, we move to the salsa, we flow to the Roomba, getting hot in the tango. That's what it is. But anyway. I try to hit that low note. Because people like my low voice for some reason. I don't, particularly because it just sounds like I'm talking. And I believe it or not, don't really like listening to myself talk all the time. It gets old. So I don't use a lot of really low notes in my singing, but I know people like it, so I'm gonna end with that. Like, that note. Anyway, yeah, so it turned out to be pretty fun, and I really like it, and it should be on acoustic probably, but it's one of those, like, it's versatile, and I actually want to do like a club version of it too, where it's more like EDM style, and because I like electronic music sometimes when I'm in the mood, but definitely a nice acoustic instruments, with some harmony vocals, and I just thought it was fun adding in that intro. I totally dig the intro, with like the little diddly doos and the and I actually do prefer the chords that I do now for the main verse, especially with like that low note, don't, even though it's super simple, it actually adds like some more punch to it. So yeah, I like it. It's a good song. It was called Spanish Girl. Now we just call it Dancing Girl, because now it's for whoever the hell will dance with me, whatever race they may be. Aliens, I might as well date an alien at this point, So yeah, everybody's worried about what they're gonna do if alien spaceships show up. I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask one of them out. I don't care. You people are crazy. I'm kind of excited by the idea of Martians, and of course it's only a very slim. Why am I talking about this? Was supposed to be about songs. That is the result of being profoundly disappointed at the lack of results of your efforts in the, you know, I mean, that is marketable. You know, I would estimate only 1 out of 4 of my songs actually have like good commercial value, but that's still significant. You know, niche market songs are fun. Those are always fun. I like them because there's always going to be those people out there, like the eclectic kind of weird people. I'm one of them. So, but what a waste, right? I mean, that could have been that and half a dozen others could have been a really good song. Now I feel hot, so I'm going to change my clothes again. I don't know why I did this. Anyway, yeah, so Marcus here. And yeah, my name was Stephen Prince, blah, blah, blah. That's what my parents named me, and my parents treated me like garbage and treated my music like garbage, so I don't want to carry their name. But anyway, I wrote that in 2007, rewrote it last year, 2025. And I still want to do like a straight up, like legit production of it and have some dancers and some choreography and some costumes and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I have something like a dozen different songs specifically for dance styles and dance stuff. So, you know, like I gotta do something. I think it'd be cool to just write like a whole film or whatever. But anyway, there we go. That's what we got. Rewriting the song. You got to remember the parts you remember and fill in the parts you don't remember, and hopefully add improvements along the way, so that the song is recognizable, but even better than it was the first time. That's the idea.